So, welcome everybody. I'm very glad that you're here with us today. A very big number of registration for this online seminar. So we are very proud that the interest is really so big. My name is Salha Nejah. I work for the DAAD office in Tunis, and I will give you today further information about how to register through our scholarship portal, which is necessary if you would like to apply for a scholarship program offered by the DAAD. Just 2-3 information before we begin. I will begin to give you some input, some information. The chat will rest open, and in this way you will be able to ask all your questions during the whole seminar. And of course, I will try to answer a maximum number of questions live during after my presentation. This event is now recorded and will be available in a couple of days on our YouTube channel, DAAD Tunisie. That's why if you will miss parts of this event or the whole event, it doesn't matter. You will get the recording on our YouTube channel. At the end of our seminar, we will also offer you some brochures which you could download directly. It's important that you do it immediately, because after the event, this would not be possible. So let's have now together a closer look on the content of today. So I would like to introduce you, first of all, very briefly, the DAAD, the organization for which I work. DAAD is short for Deutscher Akademischer Austauschdienst, which means German Academic Exchange Service. So we are an organization, and the members of the DAAD are universities, research institutes, and also some student bodies. Our headquarters is in Bonn, and you can see here one of our buildings in Bonn. And we also have a second branch office in Berlin, in the capital of Germany. There are more than there are lots of structures, offices like regional offices, information centers, and information points available in more than 60 countries. And one of these regional offices, is in Tunis, is located in Tunis, where we operate. We are very proud to be one of the biggest scholarship organizations worldwide, and in 2020 we have funded for about more than 111,000 persons through a scholarship from the DAAD. These are Germans who go to abroad all over the world, and foreigners coming to Germany to study or research there. So this is the principle of or the principal idea of the DAAD. Our regional office in Tunis has been created in 2011. We were first of all only responsible for Tunisia, but meanwhile we are a regional office also responsible for Libya, Algeria, and Morocco. Besides our office, there are also lecturers. Lecturers work normally at a Maghrebinian university here, and they also represent the DAAD. And we have 4 lecturers in Tunisia, 1 lecturer in Algiers, and 2 lecturers in Morocco. Our activities are very diverse, so we inform about study and research in Germany. We offer consultings for universities and institutions, because we have lots of cooperation programs for 2 universities, a German university and a foreign university. We do lots of network activities. We offer activities for our alumni, the former scholarship holders, and we also do some marketing and events. Some information about our funding programs. So I will today not present you all the scholarship programs we have, because you will find a registration on our YouTube channel about the scholarship programs of the DAAD, where we have already introduced every program we offer. Today, we will be concentrated more on two kinds of programs where an application through our DAAD portal is mandatory. This is first of all a master program in the fields of architecture and arts, and secondly, there's a PhD program which is open to all fields, and where the deadline is really very, very soon. So let's begin with the first program type, the master program, study scholarship in the field of arts and architecture. So if you have already finished your first degree in your home country, this could be a bachelor degree, we would say here a licence, or this could also be an architecture diploma, as you have it here in the Maghreb. And if you have finished your first degree and you are interested to do a master at a German university, then you can apply for it. It's very important that we are always looking for the best students, and the programs which are offered are very diverse. So there are one-year master programs, two-year master programs offered in English, master programs offered in German. So so there's really a very, very big choice. The application deadline is very diverse, so we offer for about one architecture program and for about 3 or 4 programs in the fields of art, and every program type has its own application deadline, but all deadlines will be in this autumn, so in the next months or in the next weeks if you want. And if you want to get further information about this program, I invite you to have a closer look on our scholarship database. You find here the link, funding-guide.de. There will be for each program type a very detailed description, what is needed, what are the regulations, what are the conditions, which papers do you need to prepare, and so on. So if you're interested in this program, then please, it's very, very important that you have a closer look on our scholarship database, funding-guide.de. The next program is a PhD program, or the second and last program is a PhD program, which we call research grants. There's a possibility to do a PhD or a doctoral degree at a university in Germany, or also at a non-university research institute. So you can do an individual program or a structured program. And if you do not know the difference between the individual program or the structured program, my colleague Sirin will write you immediately the link of our where you find the detailed description. Sirin, it's the link researchingermany.org. Please write it in the chat and everyone can have a closer look on it. We also offered an online event about how to do a PhD in Germany, where I've already explained the difference between the individual and the structured doctoral study program. You can apply if you have finished your second degree. Normally it's a master degree with an excellent outcoming, with excellent grades, and we offer here 3 different programs or program types. There's a possibility to do the whole PhD at a German university, or this is what we call the full doctoral program in Germany. There's also the possibility to do a PhD with an alternating program. This is what we call here the bi-nationally supervised program. It means that you are enrolled in your home country and that you have alternate stays between Germany and the home country. And the stays that are in Germany, and the stays in Germany are would be financed through a scholarship from the DAAD when you will be granted, of course. And then last but not least, we have what we call the one-year program. It means that you are already enrolled in your home country in a PhD, and that you will go for 2 semesters normally at a German university to do your research there in the framework of your PhD. At the end, you will get, of course, the degree of your home country and not a German degree. Application deadline will be next week, very, very soon, 31st of August. So if you still haven't prepared your application, then normally it's not realistic to do an application because there are lots of documents to prepare. But if you have already begun, if you have already get an invitation letter and so on, then it's of course possible to apply for this program and to do the application in the next days. So how to do an application through the portal? So maybe I would like to share my screen now with you and to give you a closer look on the information we have. Just give me, it's not possible to share my screen with you now. Share. Unfortunately, it's not possible to share my screen with you. I do not know why. No, it's not possible. I do not have this option now. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Then I will try to explain it to you like this. We have our scholarship database, funding-guide.de. You will find there all the scholarship programs, and you can see here through you can see here on the left side, you can put here your status, you can put your country of origin, you can add here also the subject or the field in which you work, and you can also tick here DAAD funding programs only, and then you'll find our programs. You need to look for the program, for example, research grant or study program. It depends on what you will choose. And then you will get all the information you need. Just a second. So I will try it one last time because I've done something. Maybe it will work now. No. And here. Okay, it's a pity. Then you will find all the programs on our scholarship database. You click on it and you will find different options. So overview, application requirements, application procedure, contact and consulting. And here you find really lots of important information. And the last point is submitting an application. It's in green. And if you click on submitting an application, then you will get the information how you can apply for your program, for this program. So there will be first of all some general information about the DAAD portal. You will find information how to register in the DAAD portal, because first of all, you always need to register. It's normal, and the language of the portal is only English or German, so you need to choose the language. And then you will have applying online in the DAAD portal. And you will find here also the notes on how to apply in the portal. And there are lots of screenshots which will help you to do it. So you need to download and complete an online application form. You need to prepare all application documents which are demanded. There are some documents normally which should be translated in English or in German. If you have your documents in French or in Arabic, it's necessary to do a translation. And then you need to upload all the documents you have prepared and submit your application documents online. So all the application is done online. There's one exception, which is the reference letter. The reference letter or recommendation letter could be sent via fax. We have a fax number, and you can send it via fax to us. And we cannot accept this letter via email or via post, because this letter should be confidential and should be sent through the person who has written the reference letter. This is very important. You have seen, if you want to apply via the portal, then we have, thank you, Jaula, then we have to click on the link Funding Minus Guide. This is our scholarship database. You will have here then the German version. We click on EN to get the English version. We find 183 programs at the moment, and you need normally to filter the research. You say, I'm a graduate. I just give some examples. Then I'm from Algeria or Tunisia or Morocco or Libya. My field is natural sciences and my intention is to do a PhD. And I only want to have a look on the DAAD scholarship programs. Of course, at home, when you are by yourself, you can also check the other programs. Then we refine our selection and get 6 different programs. And let's begin with the first program, Research Grants, 1-year grant for doctoral candidates. I click on it. And then you will have an overview about the program. So what is the objective of this program? Who can apply for it? What can be funded? The duration of the funding, value, it means the scholarship, monthly scholarship rent, and also some information about the selection procedure. This is the first button. On the second button, application requirements, there are some regulation which you can find, some rules, some criteria about the language, about your situation. So it's very important that you read also the second button. And the third button is normally one of the most important button here, because we have here the information what documents are really demanded. And if one of these documents is missing, your application will be unfortunately rejected. So you need to be really very crucial. So there's an online application form which you'll find automatically. You need to write your curriculum vitae. If you have a list of publication, your research proposal. So what do you intend to do during which time? That's why we have a schedule of planned research work. I do not understand it, but lots of candidates do not submit this document, the schedule of planned research work. And it's very, very important because the experts who will have a look on your application will read normally the proposal and will compare it with the planned research work or with the schedule, and it should be convenient normally. Then an invitation letter of the host institution, university degrees, other documents which support your application. So please do not submit any application which is not related to this PhD, but any other documents which could be important is nice to have. Then the language certificate is very important. We only accept the TOEFL, IBT, and the IELTS, and also the TOEFL Home Edition, and also an online version of the IELTS. We do not accept any other English certification, and the points are here indicated also. Then we need your passport or your ID card. All documents should be transmitted in English or in German. So if you do not have an English or a German version of your diploma, of your certificate, it should be translated. And you can translate it also by yourself, with the condition that you put a copy of the original, that we can compare it and that we can see that it's correct what you have done. School leaving certificate, the Baccalaureate, very important, with all individual grades. So it's not enough to have only the diploma, but you need the diploma of your Baccalaureate and also what we call here the relevé de notes. Explanation of a grading system, also a very common question here, what do I need to do? But you can Google it and find normally in English or in German an explanation of the Tunisian or Algerian or Moroccan grading system. And last but not least, we need all university certificates of all annual examinations. So all individual grades, all relevé de notes should be submitted here. This should all done online. And then you can also submit a reference letter via fax, and you find here the fax number. This is for the reference letter, the recommendation letter. So this was the third button. The fourth button, contact and consulting, you find here the contact. For example, for Algeria, you still have here the lecturer of Algeria, and you have also always our office in Tunisia. You will find other contacts. And then we have submitting an application. If you say, well, I have prepared all documents and I'm now ready, then you click on the green button, submitting an application, as you have seen it. You need to register first of all. And we have here read notes about registering in the portal. I click on it, you will get a PDF document, 10 pages with all screenshots and necessary steps you need to do to register successfully. First of all, you find some helpful tips. Read it, please. Starting the registration process, what should be done. You have here the link, welcome to my DAAD, and you have here all the screenshots, and you need to prepare it here regarding this document. Normally, it's very intuitive. It means that you normally do not need such a document, but you can use this document to have a help, to have a closer look on the different steps. But normally, it's really very, very easy to do. So it takes a couple of minutes. This is the first step you have to do, registration. Then you need, if you haven't done it still, you need to request the reference letter. So we have a formula which need to be downloaded, and we have explained it how you can do it normally in another information session. You need to download this form, give it to the referee, the person who will write this recommendation letter, and then it should be sent via fax. So these are the first two steps. The third step is that you need to apply online in the portal. And here it's exactly the same issue. We have here the notes with screenshots, explanation, and all important tips. So normally you can put it here by yourself and do the application in parallel to see how you can do it. So you have here the table of contents, some technical requirement, what is demanded, and so on. So we always, as you can read it here, so there are different browsers which are compatible with our portal. I prefer to use Microsoft Edge. It's the most it's better for this portal. It's better. Of course, you can see that you can also use other browsers, but regarding my experience, Microsoft Edge is normally better. And it's also not good to do your application via mobile devices. It's normally you need to use a computer. It's very important. Then you have here the application procedure, what I've already explained. So we go through funding minus guide. You have here the different buttons, and you need to click on submitting an application, and then you click the next steps, and it's really very, very easy and very clear. And you have here the help. You have the screenshot for each step you need to do, and you just need to go through this document and to do the steps which are needed. So we have 18 pages. I will not have a look on all the details, but it's important for you to do it. And here is normally the link where you need to click it to the application portal. You click on it, and then you will direct it to the portal directly. So you need to know that we have, since a couple of days, some technical problems with the DAAD portal. Sometimes the page of our portal could not be opened, and you need to test it several times. If you have such a problem, you can send us an email that we are informed, and you need to be patient, and you need to try it several times. I've tried it yesterday, for example. In the morning it didn't work completely, but then from noon I think it worked good. Now it's not working, unfortunately, once again. So the persons who are responsible for the technical support are now trying to find a solution, and we hope that the solution will be done very, very soon. So don't be afraid if it doesn't work. So now I need to return, and I need to check how to do it. No. Stop sharing. Okay, so I'm sorry. I hope that everything is fine. Celine, just a small feedback if everything is good now. Can you see, or also the attendees, can you give me a small feedback if you can see the presentation once again? Can I continue? Okay, seems that no one is answering. Is there a problem, Celine?
Alles in Ordnung, Sarah.
D'accord. Okay, thank you. So, but there is no, didn't get any interaction. So now I see it. Okay, thank you. I didn't see the answers of the attendees, but thank you. So let's continue now. If you find a technical problem, it's very important that you give us a small information that we can note your name at least. And of course, we have a technical, so we would not able to help you because we are not the technical support and we do not have the technical know-how. But we will note your name and we will check that maybe there was a problem, and we will check it with our colleagues in the headquarters. But it's also very important that you contact the technical support. We have an email address, portal@drd.de, and you need to contact them and write them your problem with a screenshot, maybe in English or in German. There's also a phone number if you want to have a quick answer, and they are available from Monday to Friday from 9 to 12 p.m. and from 2 to 4 p.m. German or Middle European time. So these are the two solutions to get an answer and some support. My last point here before I would like to listen to your questions, and you can write them meanwhile in the chat, is the point some suggestions for your application. So maybe some information. We always have a two selection procedure. We have two committees. We do the pre-selection in the Maghreb, and we have a final selection then in Bonn. So we here in Tunisia, we do not decide about awarding a scholarship, but we do the pre-selection. We give some recommendations to the committee in Germany, and that's it. The final selection will be done in our headquarters in Bonn. And in the two cases, it's not the DAAD who will decide about it, but we have experts, we have professors, and we have also alumni who take part in the selection procedure, who knows something about your field, and who will decide about the quality of your application. The selection criteria are very diverse. So we have the academic qualification, first of all. This is the most important aspect. But we also have a very, very close look on the research proposal and the time schedule. We invite you to a personal interview normally, and we would like to see your personality. We would like to see your social skills, and we also would test or see your language skills. It's very important that you have a good English level, or a good German level, but normally it's English. The PhD is normally in English, and some exceptions also in German. If you want to have write your CV, we can recommend you here two links where you get more information about how to write an academic CV, and these two links could help you to write a good CV. We also have the document how to write a research proposal, and we give you some tips about it, and we will give it to you for the download at the end of this seminar. I will give it to you personally. Some useful links and websites. So this is the link Research in Germany, where you'll find lots of good information about how to do a PhD in Germany, the different types of the PhD. You find also information about the research funding. So it's a link made by the German Ministry of Higher Education. We have our website, DAAD.tn. The website is mainly in French and in German, and some parts are also in English, especially for candidates coming from Libya. Our main website, drd.de, is in German and in English, and you find lots of information about study and research in Germany. Last but not least, some useful links, and my colleague will give you now some documents to download. I will have also the document how to do a research proposal, some tips, some useful tips. But I would meanwhile like to read your questions and to try to answer them. So Fileli writes, I'm interested in postdoc offers. In this case, in this case, you will find further information on our YouTube channel. Sirin, maybe you can write the link of our YouTube channel, DAAD Tunisie. There we have offered a whole seminar about postdocs in Germany and postdocs Maram writes, I have a good English level in German, but not very well. So your English level is good and your German level not, if I've well understood your question, maybe, Maram. In this case, you need a very good English level, which should be proved by a certification, TOEFL or IELTS. And German is not necessary. It's a plus for your application, but it's not necessary. Heger asks, do you have scholarships for those who succeed their baccalaureate and want to study in Germany? Unfortunately not. There's no scholarship program for undergraduates. We do not offer them. But you can have a closer look on our funding, on our scholarship database, funding-guide.de, where you find also scholarship programs offered by other German organizations. So just have a look on it. From the DAAD, you will not find a program, but maybe a program offered by another German organization. Is there any programs for renewable energy? Yeah, I've already said that that the PhD program is open to all fields, also for the renewable energy. And we also have a scholarship program in the master level for young professionals, which we call EPOS. But you need to have at least 1.5 years of professional experience. This year is my first year in university. Can I have a scholarship? So, Maram, it depends on what you are doing, what you intend to do. So I cannot answer this question, unfortunately. I need to have more details about you. Tarek, hallo, gibt es ein Stipendium für PhD Biochemie? Wann kann ich mich bewerben für die Sommersemester 23 aus Algerien? So, for the PhD program research grant, I repeat once again, it's open to all fields. Also, Tarek, Sie können sich auch bewerben, wenn Sie ein PhD im Bereich Biochemie machen wollen. Kein Problem. Deadline ist nächste Woche. Deadline will be next week. But if you still haven't prepared yourself, then you need to apply for next year in 2023, and you will apply in August 2023 and will be able to begin earliest in 2024. Okay, I look for other questions. But I think that there are no other questions. Yes, I have here a question. Is there a special form for the appraisal, please? The recommendation letter, Makram, maybe you mean? For the recommendation letter, yes, you find a form which, and I've already explained it where to find it. It's very important that you use this form. If you will not use it, it will not be a reason to reject your application, but it is, for us, it is better to could compare the applications, the different applications, and you find it in the DAAD portal. You need to register for it first of all, and then there's a possibility to download it. Hussein, should I have an acceptance from the university before applying to DAAD scholarships? It depends. If you are talking about the PhD program, yes, the acceptance from the host lab is necessary. If you will apply for a study program, there you need to get in contact at least with the German universities. And of course, the scholarship will be only granted when you will get this acceptance at the end. What if I don't have a certificate in English? Does that mean I'm not proficient in the language? No, it means that your application is not complete. You need the English certificate. You need to check if you are from Tunisia or Algeria or Morocco. You need to check with Amedist and with the British Council when will be the next. Well, when will be the next date to pass the test, TOEFL or IELTS? When will be the date to get or the appointment to get the results? And if it's before September 13th, so we can still wait 4 weeks after the application deadline, then you can submit your application normally, and your application will accept it. If you will be only able to submit the language certificate after September 13th, then it's not possible to apply for our program. Wasim, what should we put in the planned research work? Yeah, good question, Wasim, because this is a document which is very, very often missing. I do not understand why. I think that lots of candidates do not understand what they should do. So if you have your research proposal, then you normally will write what you will do, what you will intend to do during a certain period. If you will do a full PhD during 3 or 4 years, then it should be very detailed what you want to do, what should be your outcomes, and so on. And it should be related to the schedule of your planned work. So it means that you will write, in the first year I will do that and that and this and this. In the second year I will do this and this and this and this, and so on. If you will apply for a one-year program, maybe you will divide it in 2 months. In the first month I will do this, and the second month I will do this, and so on. And it's really very important that it's coherent together, because our experts will have a very close look on it and will decide whether it's realistic to do all the work during this period or not. So I hope that I was clear. Ali, what's the best test of English as a foreign language is required for PhD program, or we just need a general? No, it should be mandatory, the IELTS or the IELTS or the TOEFL. We do not accept any other test, and the TOEFL IBT is here demanded, and no other TOEFL. So it's really very important that you read the description in a detailed way. So can you share the link? I think you mean the link of our scholarship database, and you can see the link here, funding-guide.de. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th link here on this slide. Okay. I check whether there are other questions, but I think that we have already answered. No. Check this one. No question, just a comment. Okay, so I think I check if there are new questions now, but all the old questions has been answered by me. The English certificate from Tunisia is accepted. Yes, we accept the English certificate from the British Council in Tunisia. We accept the English certificate of Amedist in Tunisia, or in Morocco, or in Algeria. But it should be a TOEFL or an IELTS. It's not important for us where you have passed this test. It's all about PhD. There's no master programs in computer science or information technologies. Ali, today we have showed you how you can apply through the portal for certain scholarship programs. We have a scholarship programs which we call EPOS. This program is for young professionals. There you need to have working experience at least 2 years, and there we offer programs in computer science and information technologies, but for this program there's no need to do an application through our portal. The application through the portal is today important for our PhD program, research grants, and also for the program study program in the field of architecture and arts. Okay. Jamil, please, I have a master degree in economics, translation, and also philosophy. I speak English, German, French, and Arabic. Is there any scholarship? I work in a university as a translator. Yeah, you can do a PhD if you're interested in it. It's possible to do a PhD after a master level. Anissa, please, can I, as a resident in medicine with a European diploma, be eligible for a scholarship in Germany to do a training? Training in the framework of a specialty in the field of medicine? If yes, we do not offer scholarships for this, because in Germany it's an activity which is paid and for which you do not need a scholarship. Which Deutsche test is accepted? If you will do your PhD in English, you will not need a German test. If you will do your PhD in German, then we need a test or a certification, and this could also be only the onset, or you can also write us an email. Is the database updated often? Yes, they update database, but once a year. Our scholarship, if you're talking about our scholarship database, we updated it always once a year before we have the next run of a scholarship program. I do not know why it's important for you, but we do it, of course. To study for a PhD, do I need to meet a supervisor before registration in a scholarship first? Yes, you need it, because you need to get an invitation from the host lab. Are there any scholarships to study a master degree in mechanics? This is, maybe you can check whether we offer the program in the framework of EPOS, the program for the young professionals. IELTS 6.0 is accepted. Hussein, I think it's not accepted because we need, but I check it, don't want to give you an information which is not correct. I think we need 6.5 if I have the right information in my head. Yes, 6.5. If you will submit your application with 6, it will be rejected because we need at least 6.5. Is it required to have an offer letter from a German university? You need an invitation letter from a host lab. Could be a university or research center. Can I apply for a master scholarship in German after an interruption of 8 years? I got my license in 2014. I wasn't able to go for a master for several reasons. Currently, I'm an employee. So normally we have the regulation that your oldest degree should not be older than 6 years. And for the master level, we only have a couple of programs. Please check our scholarship database, which programs we offer. If you have an interruption of 8 years instead of 6 years, there should be some reasons. You need to explain why. And we can accept some reasons and other reasons could not be accepted. So if this is the case, if you have identified one program and you write us your reasons why it was not, you were not able to do it before, then we can check it with our headquarters. Good afternoon. I got my license in Sorbonne University. Am I eligible to candidate to a master degree with DAAD? Yes, it depends on since when are you now in your home country, or are you really in France? Because if you are in France, then maybe you need to submit your application via France. So I need more information what you have done before, since when you are now in your home country, and what do you intend to do? Mm-hmm. Omar, is the test accepted? We can accept it, of course, if you will study in German. If you study in German, then we can accept it. But if you will do your studies in English, then it will not be necessary. Is there summer internship programs for undergraduate students? Yes, there is a program which we call summer courses, but this program will not be offered in December of this year due to budget cuts. Can the EPOS program fund interior design or architecture design? Celine, can you send the direct link to the EPOS program to DevDoof? Because we have for about 40 different programs at different universities, different fields. You need to check whether there is a program which fits to your profile. Is there any possibility to get a scholarship for internship, for example, PFÖ? Yes, we have a program, PFÖ, which we call COSPI, which will normally be offered next year in April. The scholarship programs we offer, Nasreen, are only scholarship programs for Germany and not for France, for example. We only represent today Germany. What is the minimum of the or the maximum number of publications in order to be offered a postdoc position? So I do not know it. I can only talk about our scholarship programs. Regarding the scholarship programs, there's no number. There's no minimum or maximum. You need to put what you have done in your CV, and then the experts will decide. Can we prepare English in Germany? I don't understand it. So you mean, can you do your PhD, for example, in English in Germany? Yes, of course, it's possible. The majority is doing the PhD in Germany in English. I'm looking for other questions, but I think I've read them all. I will have once again a closer look on the questions. I'm applying for DAAD Scholarship for Doctoral program. In the application portal, they do not require English certification. Is it mandatory? If yes, can I send it after the deadline? Yes. Just your name, Tarek. It's absolutely mandatory, and I've showed you on the scholarship database where you can find the call on the button application requirements. It's mandatory to have an IELTS or a TOEFL. And we know that the situation is a little bit difficult that you cannot have get the date immediately and get the test very soon, especially in Tunisia. And that's why we can still wait one other month. It means September 30th will be the last delay where we can accept the English certification. But no other document could be sent after the deadline besides the English certification. So Tarek, yes, it's possible. Jamil, the test of language, is it mandatory for people who have a bachelor in that language? Normally, yes. You can send me a request via email. I can ask once again my colleague in the headquarters. We have this discussion every year, and normally it's mandatory, but I can still ask once again my colleagues in the headquarters. Amr, I want to restudy my master's in sports science. Where is it? I've lost the question. So I've lost the question, but I have it in my head normally. So Amr, you have already done a master and you want to do a second master in Germany. Normally it's possible. So there are German universities who will accept you, but the problem could be in the level of the embassy. They will ask you, why is it necessary to do another master program now? So it's not so easy. So time is over normally. There are still some questions, but I'm really sorry that I cannot continue now. I would like to give you just some more information about the next steps. First of all, you can find here, thank you for your attention. Thank you for your interest. Thank you for all your questions. So there is really a very big demand regarding this. You find here our contact details, our email address, and also our websites once again. We offer every Wednesday, yes, every Wednesday from 2 to 3:30 and phone consulting. And my colleague Sirin will write you now the phone number if you want to call us and talk directly to us. So I've given you now really lots of information. Maybe you need to check them, to see them, check the links we have given to you, and And if you want to ask a question in an oral way, you can call us today between 2 and 3:30. And Sirin has already written the phone number 52 247 217. If you are from Morocco or from Algeria, you need to add the plus 2216 and call us also via WhatsApp. We also accept calls via WhatsApp, and ask there all your question. Here's the question: how can we contact you via email? You find here on the left side our email address, info@drd.tn. Just send us an email. Maybe Sirin, you write the number once again with but please with the Tunisian yes, Vorwahl. Very good. Thank you, Sirin. So Omar, this is the number. Just call us tomorrow if you are interested, or if you have any question. You can talk to us in French, in English, or in Arabic. And we are now recording this seminar, and it will be available in a couple of days on our YouTube channel. Thank you once again for your interest. I wish you a very nice afternoon, and thank you, Sirin, for the technical support. Bye-bye.